The ATP Tour is preparing for one of the most dramatic schedule changes in modern tennis history. From 2028 onwards, the men's circuit will introduce a brand new Masters 1000 event in Saudi Arabia, a move officials admit will shake up the global calendar. The decision marks a historic shift for professional tennis and signals the continued expansion of the sport into the Middle East. But while the ATP sees opportunity, not everyone within the tennis world is convinced the change will be smooth. Saudi Arabia to host 10th Masters 1000 event in October last year. The ATP officially confirmed that Saudi Arabia will host the tour's 10th Masters 1000 tournament beginning in 2028. While the exact placement in the calendar has not yet been finalized, early indications suggest it will likely be scheduled during the February Middle East swing. That window already includes key events in Doha and Dubai, making the new edition a potentially transformative moment for that part of the season. The new Saudi Masters will join an elite group of tournaments: Indian Wells Masters Miami, Open Monte-Carlo Masters Madrid, Open Italian, Open Canadian, Open Cincinnati, Open Shanghai Masters Paris. Masters the edition means the Masters 1000 category, already considered one of the most prestigious levels below Grand Slams, will expand for the first time in years. Saudi Arabia's growing influence in tennis. Saudi Arabia has steadily increased its footprint in professional tennis over the past few seasons. The Gulf nation already hosts the WTA Finals, the next Gen ATP Finals, the Six Kings Slam with the Masters 1000 edition. Saudi Arabia will now stage one of the most important ranking events in men's tennis, offering 1,000 ranking points to the champion and attracting the world's top players. From a business standpoint, the move reflects the ATP strategy of expanding into high-investment markets capable of delivering large prize funds, elite facilities, and global sponsorship opportunities. It will shake up the calendar. Though ATP officials have not yet confirmed the exact week the tournament will occupy, insiders have acknowledged that inserting a Masters 1000 event into an already packed schedule will inevitably disrupt the structure of the season. The February calendar is particularly delicate. It currently includes the South American clay swing, which features historic tournaments in Argentina, Brazil, and Chile. A Masters event in the Middle East could potentially compete for top players' participation during that period. This is where the tension begins. Martin Jaite raises concerns. Among those voicing caution is Martin Jaite, tournament director of the Argentina Open. Speaking to Clay, Jaite revealed details of a conversation with ATP chairman Andrea Gaudenzi regarding the future of the South American swing. Jaite explained, "What he told us is that the ATP wants to maintain and promote the South American Tour. He told us that he wants the tour to continue and that the dates should not be changed." However, Jaite acknowledged the complexity of the situation. Adding a Masters 1000 event naturally increases competition for player commitments. Top-ranked stars often prioritize higher-point events, which could draw attention away from smaller tournaments. The problem facing South America: the South American clay swing traditionally includes ATP 250 events such as the Argentina Open and Rio Open. While they're culturally significant and historically respected, they offer fewer ranking points compared to Masters events. Jaite suggested a possible solution: perhaps by keeping the same tournaments, perhaps by expanding one of the tournaments. To boost the South American Tour, in the medium term, the ideal would be to have two 500 tournaments in South America. Currently, South America lacks multiple ATP 500-level tournaments, which offer stronger incentives for top 20 players to compete. Elevating one or more events could help balance the calendar if a Masters 1000 event dominates the February spotlight. Financial power versus tradition: the Saudi Masters announcement highlights a broader tension in tennis: tradition versus financial expansion. The Masters 1000 series has long been geographically diverse, spanning North America, Europe, and Asia. The addition of a Middle Eastern stop strengthens the ATP's presence in a region investing heavily in global sports. Critics, however, argue that adding more high-tier events risks overloading players, increasing travel strain, and marginalizing historic tournaments that lack comparable financial backing. For players, scheduling choices are strategic. Ranking points, surface preferences, prize money, and physical recovery all factor into decisions. Introducing a new Masters 1000 event could shift priorities dramatically. What happens next? With the tournament set to debut in 2028, the ATP still has time to finalize its calendar strategy. The governing body insists that it aims to preserve regional swings, particularly in South America, while modernizing the tour's commercial reach. Chairman Andrea Gaudenzi has emphasized that growth does not necessarily mean displacement. But practical scheduling realities suggest some compromise will be required. If the Saudi Masters lands in February, it could become one of the most influential early-season tournaments outside the Australian Open. If placed elsewhere, it may disrupt other established parts of the calendar. Either way, one thing is certain. The ATP's move signals a new era, a defining moment for the ATP Tour. The addition of a Saudi Arabia Masters 1000 event is more than just another tournament announcement. It represents a strategic pivot toward emerging markets, financial expansion, and a potentially rebalanced global tennis landscape. Whether it strengthens the sport's global footprint or intensifies scheduling tensions remains to be seen. But as the ATP Tour prepares for 2028, players, tournament directors, and fans alike are bracing for change, and the world of men's tennis may soon look very different.